What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react to this video called Questions That Every Canadian Should Be Able to Answer. And I thought, as an American, it would be interesting to see how I do on this little test here. So, to be honest, most of us Americans really don't know anything about Canada. But, what's the worst that could happen? I get a 0. My reputation is ruined forever. I have to go into hiding. Well, let's give it a try.
Number one, what is the highest honor a Canadian can receive? A, the Governor General's Medal, B, the Order of Canada, and C, the Victoria Cross.
Whoa! It's multiple choice. It's my lucky day. The worst I could possibly do. So it's multiple choice, you get to choose from 3 answers. If I just guess randomly, I'll get 33%. That's an F. This is great news. I won't get a 0 unless I actively am worse than random chance. But anyway, I don't plan on just going off a random chance. I know a thing or two about this stuff, I like to think. I did a video not that long ago trying to learn about the Order of Canada, which I know is a very high prestige. It's a high award in Canada. Is it the highest? Is it the highest honor? I actually don't know.
The Governor General's Medal, B, the Order of Canada, and C, the Victoria Cross.
I don't know the Governor General's Medal. That sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty important. The Victoria Cross? I don't know what that is. I just know I've just learned a little bit about the Order of Canada, so I guess I'm going with that. Because maybe this is destiny that I kind of learned a bit about it recently. Maybe this was meant to be.
And the answer to that is B, the Order of Canada.
Yes! Wow! I was actually wondering there if there was some random Canadian medal that was higher than that, but the Order of Canada. Wow! What did I have to be nervous about? This is great.
Number two, what are the 3 main groups of Indigenous peoples in Canada? Now, I actually mentioned this in the first video.
The 3 main groups of Indigenous people in Canada. I don't think there's any possible way I'm going to know this one. And to be completely honest, even here in the United States, we have indigenous, Native Americans, and we probably don't do as good a job here recognizing and acknowledging, the indigenous here in the U.S. So if I don't even know all that, I don't think there's any way I know about this in Canada.
A, Inuit, Métis, and Iroquois. B, First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. Or C, First Peoples, Aboriginals, and Métis.
I've heard the term First Nations, so I know that is a thing. So I'll go with B, because I've definitely heard that term before, First Nations, so I'm pretty sure that's... Or is that a blanket term? Is that I think I just have to go with that, because I've heard it.
And the answer to that, the 3 main groups of Indigenous peoples in Canada are First Nations, Métis, and Inuit.
Is that what I said? I think that... Is that what I said? Wait a minute. What? Do I just know everything about Canada? Am I just the American who knows everything about Canada now? That was kind of a guess, kind of a... It's really helpful that it's multiple choice, because that lets you have a chance, and you can also eliminate some of the answers that are wrong, or like I did, go off of one little thing and hope that that is correct for the rest of it.
Number 3, what was the Quiet Revolution?
See, like, if this question was posed to me without any options for answers, I would have no idea. This term sounds familiar. I'm actually surprised how many of these questions, like, actually sound somewhat familiar to me. Like, I've heard the phrase Quiet Revolution. That's something to do with Canadian history. But for the life of me, I don't know what.
A military coup in Quebec. B, a peaceful change in Quebec society in the 1960s. Or C, a student protest in Ontario.
It's not some student protest. It's probably the first one. Like, there was a. Hold on. How did he phrase this?
Society in the 1960s. Coup in Quebec. B, a peace. What was the Quiet Revolution? A military coup in Quebec.
That sounds right. Could it be a military coup in Quebec?
B, a peaceful change in Quebec society.
No, there's no way this was some peace. There's no way it was named the Quiet Revolution. Like, what revolution that has like a historical like meaning to it like was peaceful? The peaceful revolution? I feel like that's pretty uncommon.
The answer is B. It's a peaceful.
I thought if I said that with enough confidence, it would be true. Okay, I guess in the United States, our revolutions are extremely bloody and chaotic and deadly. I should have known. Canada, your revolutions can be peaceful. This is specifically like in Quebec?
A change of Quebec society in the 1960s. I did not know that. I didn't get it wrong. Well, I mean, I got it wrong. I just didn't know the answer at all. You know,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
when you hear things like a military coup in Quebec, we know by now, I'm talking about born and raised Canadians, we know, or you should know, that we weren't taught all about Canadian history, every aspect of Canadian history in school. We were taught things that they wanted us to know. So when you hear these different terms, you know, here and in the first test, you know, you kind of have to go back and say, wait, like this was a thing?
That's very relatable. Like, you know, here in the United States, like, we definitely learned very specific talking points about American history and almost nothing about, like, other countries. Like, to be completely honest, like, we learned about general world history, stuff about Rome, like stuff, but not really anything meaningful about like a lot of the other countries in the world, which obviously every country has like a pretty deep history behind it. So you can't know it all. But yeah, this is relatable.
Did this happen? Anyways, it's very interesting. Number 4, who was Sir John A. Macdonald?
Sir John A. Macdonald sounds extremely familiar. I think that was the first Prime Minister of Canada. And I'm pretty confident about that, actually.
A, Canada's first prime minister. B, a famous hockey player. C, the leader of the Métis Rebellion.
I don't know where I picked this one up. Probably in some Canadian history video that I watched randomly. But yeah, something about McDonald. Since I like McDonald's, like the burger chain, really stuck with me. You got to do what you got to do to remember these things.
And the correct answer to that is A. Sir John A. Macdonald was Canada's first prime minister.
Yes, I'm actually.
Number 5.
Wait a minute. What? Can we just acknowledge how incredibly well I'm doing? You know, just because it probably won't last forever, I want all the recognition now while I still can.
5. What is the name of the document that contains the rules for how Canada is governed?
This has like a very like the name of it literally sounds like I feel like I learned about this too. It's like Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
A, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
Ha!
B, the Bill of Rights.
Bill
Or
of
C,
Rights.
the Constitution of Canada.
Oh crap. You probably have a constitution. I have not learned about the Canadian Constitution, but I know about the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. We have a Bill of Rights. Do you guys have a Bill of Rights, like by that name?
And the correct answer is C, the Constitution of Canada. We all
It's the Constitution of Canada. I was so confident too. Because, yeah, like I had learned a bit about the Charter of Rights and Freedoms because I was interested in comparing that to our American rights and Bill of Rights. But the most blanket, obvious one is actually the Canadian Constitution, which would lay out everything that governs Canada, wouldn't it?
always hear in the States, the Constitution, that a lot of individuals from Canada, they don't really realize that there is a Constitution. Anyways, number 6.
Really? Canada has a constitution. That'd be interesting to look at, actually.
Who is a federal representative of the King of Canada? Used to
Huh?
be the Queen, now we have the King of Canada. Who is a federal representative? A, the Prime Minister, B, the Speaker of the House, and C, the Governor General.
What? This is too British Canadian for me. What do you mean the representative of the what? Federal representative of the King of Canada. What do you mean the representative? Doesn't they represent the king? Like of Britain? To Canada?
Of the King of Canada. Used to be the Queen, now we have the King of Canada. Who is a federal representative? A, the Prime Minister, B, the Speaker of the House, and C, the Governor General.
I guess the Prime Minister? I don't, because that's the representative of Canada.
The answer is C, the Governor General.
I don't even feel bad about that one. What on earth is a Governor General?
I would like to be the Governor General of Canada one day, to be quite honest with you. Number 7.
Oh.
What does the term responsible government mean?
What does it mean? You could really take this as a very open-ended question, but what are the possible answers?
A, politicians are legally held accountable. B, the government must resign if it loses a confidence vote, sorry. And C, all elected officials must have experience.
The definition of a responsible government would be that the politicians are legally held responsible for their actions, which I like that.
The correct answer is B, the government must resign if it loses a confidence vote. Yeah,
Oh, okay. This is more of like a technical sounding definition. I like this vote of no confidence. Canada has like a parliamentary system or something, right? You have like a prime minister and like you elect your representatives and then they pick the prime minister who's usually the leader of the majority party, and it's different from here in the United States. And I like it because, especially now, because from what I understand, it's much easier to remove a prime minister if you don't like them. It's easier. Not easy, but easier. Here in the US, like if you don't like the president, unless they get impeached, which is hard, they're there for 4 years, pretty much no matter what. So, yeah, that's an interesting thought.
that's true. But I mean, it could also kind of be A as well, or should be, which is
I agree. I agree with that. Why not A?
politicians are legally accountable.
Yeah, oh my God. Here in the US, at least, politicians can literally say anything. They're not held accountable for what they say, like during elections. They don't have to follow through with any of it. When they get into office, they can lie, cheat, say anything, and they do say anything to get elected, and that should be like illegal, you know? Like to within reason, of course. You need some kind of like liberty to say things that you hope are possible, but I don't know. I just find myself really agreeing with this one.
Because, well, are they legally accountable? I know they are supposed to be, but are they legally accountable? Accountable to who? All right, number 8.
That's it makes it hard when it's literally the government that you're trying to hold accountable. It's like who is the government held accountable to? I mean, there's supposed to be like checks and balances for that, but in actual practical reality. I don't know if that happens enough.
Am I on number 8? Number 8. What is a francophone?
Is that a musical instrument?
A, a person who speaks English as a second language. B, a French-speaking person, especially in Canada. And C, a person born in France.
French speaking person, right? Or is it a person born in France? Because I've heard the term francophone in regards to Canada. I thought it was someone who speaks French.
And the answer is B, a French-speaking person, especially in Canada. So we're on number 9 here. What is the capital city of Saskatchewan?
Ah! Ooh. I have no idea. I don't. This might be one of the things that most Americans are the worst at, certainly with Canada, and that is geography. Like, most Americans don't even know Canada has provinces, like that they're called that or what, or let alone about Saskatchewan, let alone what the capital is. Do you guys know like random capital cities of our states in the US? I don't know. But obviously there's a lot more states than provinces, but I don't know. Let's hear what the options are.
A, Saskatoon. B, Regina. And C, Winnipeg.
Is Winnipeg in Saskatchewan? Saskatoon goes with Saskatchewan. Is that a good enough reason to pick it? Regina just sounds funny. That's all I'll say about that. Saskatoon.
And the answer is B, Regina.
Oh,
It should be Moose Jaw. In Moose Jaw, there's a great big moose.
Moose Jaw.
You know, I've driven across the country.
Is there actually a place in Saskatchewan called Moose Jaw? That's not a joke. That's real?
Again numerous times, and I love it when not just provinces, but I love it when cities kind of have their own mascot. I mean, Toronto has the CN Tower, but Toronto had that moose for a while, those those moose statues that people would associate with Toronto. Medicine.
You guys do some fun stuff in Canada. I like this, especially with the moose. Like, Americans, we have a soft spot for moose because we associate that with Canada, so this makes me happy.
Hat has that great big teepee. If you go right across, travel or drive right across the country, you can see all kinds of different mascots. I think it's great. I love it. I would like to one day drive across Canada and take a picture with every single mascot or symbol, whatever that means. I
That'd
just
be
made
cool.
that up right now. Even if I drive across, who knows if I'll actually do that. But number 10.
That'd be cool.
What do you call a law before it's passed?
In the U.S. here, it'd be like a bill, I think.
A, a statute, sorry. B, a motion. And C, a bill.
Here, we had to watch like a cartoon growing up in school with like this cartoon Bill. He had eyeballs and he was a piece of paper and he was like, I'm a Bill. And it's like, so, and that's what gets brought to like Congress to become a law or get voted on. And I'm just going to go with that. I know that the way things work here in the US is not how things always work in Canada, but it's definitely all I have to go off of.
And the correct answer is C. A law before it is passed is called a bill.
Hey!
So, how did you do?
Wow. Wait a minute. I did good. Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I'm tooting. I tooted this test away. I blew it away. Surprisingly so. I will say, obviously it was multiple choice, which helped a lot. That, if this wasn't multiple choice, let's be honest, that's probably the difference between getting, I think I got like 7 out of 10. Without the multiple choice, I probably could have got like 3, maybe 2 or 3, which is probably, I think I did better than a lot of Americans would do. I'm going to be honest. I think, yeah, I think I could get like 2 or 3. Most could get like 1 to 0. all of it is pretty bad. If Canadians, if you guys know all this stuff about your country, that's really impressive. Obviously, like that's good. And even here in the U.S., we probably don't know this much detail about our own country, to be honest. So I'm quite pleased with how I did today. Very pleased, actually. So anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave comments with your thoughts on this little test. If you're Canadian, if you knew all of this stuff, like this is actually stuff Canadians know, that'd be cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canadian things that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.